let my truckers get the best of me. I'm sorry.
Right now at 5, the apology from a convicted burglar and so-called Grinch after a string of holiday break-ins.
Then pay more or pay nothing at all. The major shakeup proposed for Portland's arts tax. But first.
Wow, what was behind this wild rollover crash, one that was all caught on camera. That's our top story here at 5. I'm David Molko.
And I'm Christine Pitawanich. The crash happened yesterday afternoon near Oak Grove, and somehow only the driver was hurt. Let's get right to our Joe Ranieri in the newsroom. Joe, this all started with a homeowner calling about a possible burglary.
Yeah, well, the driver of that white SUV you just saw there, the suspected burglar, is lucky to be alive. You'll see more in the video in just a second. But that homeowner called 911, you guys, after seeing a man enter their garage on home security cameras and stealing items. Deputies with the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office spotted that suspect in that white SUV and tried pulling him over. That's when the chase started.
The crash was so loud that you could actually hear it on Daniel Wagner's home security camera.
Yeah, it was insane. It was intense. I couldn't. It was loud. Obviously, you could hear it screeching before it got down to us.
From the top of the video, you can see the white Explorer screaming down southeast Oatfield Road going north before nearly crashing head-on with this smaller car. It then rolled over just past the intersection where it came to a rest as parts of the car bounced around the road behind it. At one point, the driver was nearly tossed from the SUV.
I've had people come through my yard and go through fences in my yard and stuff. Luckily, my cars have not been hit yet.
Wagner is thankful no cars have taken out his favorite Mercurys that are parked out front, but he says traffic accidents happen almost weekly in this area.
The light rail is what brought all this in. About 15 years ago, this was a two-way stop with 2 lanes, no sidewalks, no nothing. Real quiet intersection. And they redesigned it to move all the traffic east.
The burglary suspect who was driving the Explorer was Scotty Oldfield. He was rushed to the hospital in serious condition. He's now facing several charges, including reckless driving, attempting to elude a police officer, and DUI, theft, and burglary charges.
Now, Oldfield had multiple warrants as well. Inside the vehicle he was in, deputies say they found some items they also believe were stolen. They also believe that there could be more victims. Back to you guys.
I mean, every time I see that video, I just shake my head. Wow. Thanks, Joe. Well, this just in. Authorities have identified the man shot and killed in a late-night shooting near the Portland waterfront. Police say he is 25-year-old Malachi Bussey. This is breaking news last night at 11. Police say shots were fired around 10:30 near NATO and Harvey Milk, about a block away from the Cinco de Mayo fiesta, which was wrapping up. Festival officials say they provided first aid to another man who was injured before first responders arrived.
What I heard was loud bangs, so I wanted to investigate a little further of like, was this a shooting? Was this a bang? Pushed closer and slowly ended up getting told by security to like head out. And then all of a sudden I turned to the left and I see people ramming through the gate. I see moms carrying their kids in those strollers, and that kind of signaled to me something was up.
Yeah, understandably frightening when you're not sure what is happening. Police say the injured victim is in the hospital and expected to survive. No arrests have been made.
In an update, the man authorities say was caught on camera armed and breaking into a Southeast Portland home, all to steal Christmas gifts, has been sentenced to over a decade in prison.
John Adams is live downtown outside the Multnomah County Courthouse with reaction from that family. John.
Yeah, David and Christine, the Sassano family told me off camera today they were actually out at brunch when the incident happened, and they caught a Ring camera video of of Easley breaking into their home. They say that incident has traumatized their children.
A time that's supposed to be merry, joyful, has essentially been tarnished for years to come.
Multnomah County Deputy District Attorney Alex Garcia says 39-year-old Alan Easley committed numerous burglaries across the county throughout the 2025 holiday season. On Thanksgiving Day, a homeowner came back to find Easley in their home preparing to steal TVs and other items. And just days before Christmas, this surveillance video shows him breaking into the home of the Sassano family with a gun in hand before leaving with their children's Christmas gifts.
My children, they're 9 and 10 years old. They're forever traumatized about Christmas. They're watching their Christmas gifts be taken out the door.
Just hours before entering the Sassano's home, Easley broke into a Portland Midas location, entering through a skylight before getting into a vehicle and crashing it through the garage door. In total, prosecutors say he burglarized 3 homes.
And they just had this sense of shock, but then also just fear of here's someone we do not know breaking into our house, rifling through our belongings, and then walking out like nothing happened.
Easley sat mostly in silence in court, but did briefly become emotional while apologizing to the Sassano family, blaming his crimes on drug addiction.
I didn't mean to do that to you kids. That was not my intention. I let my drugs get the best of me. I'm sorry.
The judge ultimately sentenced Easley to 10 years and 8 months behind bars.
I hope that he takes this seriously and moves on from this life.
Easley will also have 3 years of supervision after he is released from prison and will have to pay restitution to his victims. Back to you.
John Adams reporting downtown tonight. Thanks, John.
Developing tonight, Legacy Health and Regents have now settled on a new contract. That means Legacy will remain in-network for Regents patients. The previous contract between the two lapsed in early April, with the main issue being reimbursement rates. Under the new contract, if a patient was treated at Legacy from April 1st through now, Regents will retroactively process those claims as in-network. Legacy's vice president said in part, quote, "We are grateful to our people, patients, and communities for their patience and understanding while we worked with Regents on a new agreement." Regents, meantime, thanked patients who were affected, saying in part, quote, "We recognize the disruption caused by the termination and thank you for your patience throughout this process as we continue to advocate for affordable access to health care."
The largest union in the country has been hit with a civil rights complaint after holding a conference in Portland. The Brandeis Center claiming the National Education Association, a teachers union with over 3 million members, discriminated against Jewish educators by creating a hostile environment. The nonprofit alleging Jewish union members were shouted down during the convention and worried about the possibility of physical harm. After the convention, the Jewish Affairs Caucus sent a letter to union leadership claiming Jewish delegates were mocked, harassed, and threatened. The Brandeis Center is urging the government to investigate the NEA and ensure action is taken to ensure equal treatment for all union members. In response, a spokesperson for the union saying in part, quote, "NEA does not tolerate anti-Semitism in any form and remains committed to ensuring that all members and students, including Jewish members and students, can work and learn in a safe and welcoming environment."
Oregon State Police is facing a new lawsuit over claims it's sharing residents' personal data with federal immigration agencies. The nonprofit Rural Organizing Project alleges OSP shared information like a driver's licenses, vehicle registration data, and social security numbers, which they say violates the state's sanctuary law. The lawsuit seeks to block ICE and Homeland Security from that access and force the state to cut off data sharing. OSP denies any violations, adding that it won't comment on pending litigation.
If they're there, fill them. For the love of God, fill them.
Reaction there to Portland's mayor revealing that more than 1,000 apartments in the Rose City affordable housing units are sitting empty.
Our Blair Best is in the newsroom. Blair, can you explain to us what is going on here?
This really raises a big question, right? How can so many units be vacant in the middle of a housing crisis? Well, this week, Mayor Keith Wilson brought attention to this issue, saying more than 1,600 affordable housing units in Portland are currently sitting empty. And there are several reasons why. Many of the units are set for people making 60% of the area median income. Now, for a single person, that's about $52,000 a year. So for many people, that is still out of reach. Other factors include evictions tied to unpaid rent, maintenance issues, and then lengthy referral process. For people living outside, the delays don't make sense.
Oh, God, dude, that's absolute garbage. If they're empty, what's the point of even having them?
It's not fair to the people that are sitting there waiting for homes.
If we got affordable housing, you should let us get it instead of holding on to it. Because it's rough out here, man.
Okay, we're told that Portland Mayor Keith Wilson has a team of people focused specifically on finding housing vacancies and moving people out of shelter and into permanent housing. Catch my full report on this coming up tonight at 6:30. Christine.
See you then. Thank you, Blair.